Hello, I'm Bruce Zimmerman, and this is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week. This week, we want to look at a book called Small Space Vegetable Gardens by Andrea Bellamy. It's an excellent book that is published by Timber Press. It's all about growing vegetables and edibles. Now, that means herbs and fruit and other great things that you can eat in containers, small spaces, anywhere where you think you can get away with it. And they do cover some of the great areas that you would never think of to actually grow. They even cover how much light the plants may or may not need in order to grow. So you can actually do some of these vegetables in semi-shade. Always important if you are not a full sun garden. Now, Andrea Bellamy has covered a lot of area in this book. She starts out with picking the plant material, seeding. She's got composting, picking containers. She goes through it all, how to plant them, how to plant the container, how to plant the seed, and how to grow. So, all the way through, it walks you through the entire season of growing in containers or in small spaces. Whether it's raised gardens, containers, pots, ceramics, you name it, she's covered it. And what I liked about this is it's very creative, very inventive, without being sort of over the top, almost stupid, okay? Like, we're not talking about growing vegetables in an old rubber boot. But what we are looking at is different types of containers that you can actually get a crop out of, whether it's strawberries or other fruits and vegetables. Swiss chard is covered. Many of the vegetables are actually done by variety. So you've got the vegetables and the herbs and the fruit done in an A to Z manner, which means that you can go and look it up quickly, see if it's one of the varieties that you can grow in containers. And she does make recommendations for different, let's say, Swiss chard. Which ones are you going to grow in a container? Which ones does she had success with? So she covers that. She also covers, and in full color, I might say, that it's not small pictures, but the bugs and the diseases that you may run across in your containers and in your garden for that matter. So this book will cover everything. It also does a little bit on gathering and preparing the seed from these vegetables for next year. So it really is a full season garden manual for small spaces and gardens. And it doesn't matter whether it's herbs, vegetables, small fruit. In fact, I even think she covers pear trees. I think it's because she knows that there are some great small pears that can be easily grown in very large containers. But the pictures of the bugs are accurate, color accurate, and totally clear. You will know and be able to identify the bugs and the diseases that your plants have, or let's hope they don't have, and how to control them. So go for it. This book, again, is called Small Space Vegetable Gardens by Andrea Bellamy. Growing great edibles in containers, raised beds, and small plots. It is published by Timber Press. It's a reasonably priced book, so I don't think this is overly priced either. And it's a good one, which I think I'm going to add to my collection, which means it has to be a 4 or a 5-star book for it to make my personal library. So if you're looking for a book that's going to help you grow great edibles, because everybody likes fresh, right in pots, containers, balconies, decks, by your pool, you name it, in small spaces, then this is the book for you. Remember, Timber Press, Small Space Vegetable Gardens, Andrea Bellamy, growing great edibles in containers, raised beds, and small pots. I'm Bruce Zimmerman. This is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week.